Welcome back to my channel, Rewind That. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe. Hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. Hey. I'm here with my girl, Moochie.
What's up,
My
everybody?
right
Queens is in
hand.
the building.
Yes,
Meow.
Brooklyn too.
Look,
Even though I don't live in Brooklyn no more, but I'm always Brooklyn.
Miss K got the beach ready too.
I know, right? I
Like
really
she's just ready to have fun in the sun after we get off of this.
I'm dressing how I want to, like, how I want to feel. That's
Mm-hmm.
all. Hey, Kenna and Inga and Savannah. Hey, y'all. So we're talking about The Wire today. You know how we do. Revisiting, rewatching. Hey, Eric S. And it's season 2, episode number 6. And it's called All Prologue. And as you see, the quote of the episode, it says, "It don't matter that some fools say he different," and that is from our dearly departed D'Angelo. Honestly, look, I always told you guys that for most of the Wire like characters, I know their fates, but I don't always remember how it happened. So I was not expecting this. Like, I just was not. I was like, they're not gonna do that now. But then when I kept seeing, I was like, oh, it's gonna happen now. I remember him getting hung. I really do. I remember that. But I don't remember someone doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think I must have been walking by the TV and saw him hanging. And I honestly thought he killed himself. So, anywho, we're gonna get this started. Coming to break you off, like get this started, coming to break you off. And I just kind of thought about that. Anyway. Hey, Inga. I'm sorry, Inga. I love you, Inga, but I'm talking about Savannah. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Love you, love you. All right, so guys, the episode starts off with this guy here. Okay, I mean, he has to be a jerk, and I'm saying this in a fun way, not in a way like I can't stand him. He was just a lot. He was too much. He was acting up on the stand. Omar, he was acting up on this stand. Okay, when the cross-examination part happened. No, not the cross-examination. When the prosecution gets up and she's asking him, like, so what do you do for a living and all this stuff? And he's like, I basically he's being very, very candid on this thing. Okay, very candid on this stand, and he is making people laugh and all of this stuff. The crazy thing about this whole thing is that this lady did not want him to testify, and it wound up working out in her favor, right? And look at how he has a tie, because she stressed the importance of him having a freaking tie, and look what he did to it. He tied the daggone thing around his freaking neck, like just
he tied it proper.
It don't look like it's proper. I gotta find another picture where that thing
I'm
does
just
not
kidding.
look proper.
I think it was though. I think
he had it like zoop, just
because when he walked in, he flung it like waved it at
like
a bell and
that's how you like me now.
Like, what's up, guys? What's up, fellas?
How you like me now, huh? All right. So I'm trying to figure out, because I need you to help me. So let's go. Let's get into this. Come on now, Moochie, get into it.
I'm into it.
I see you on that phone, baby.
No, I was actually trying to share it to Instagram, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. Your turn.
Look, when he walked in there, he walked in and he oozed confidence. And he oozed like, y'all, I'm about to throw a whole monkey wrench in y'all ish. That's what I liked about it, because this is almost time to have payback for what they did to Brandon.
Yeah.
So you put my boy in the ground and tortured him. You tortured him and put him in and made him unalive. So now this is my vengeance that I'm about to get. I can't come at you no more with the guns.
Right, because the cops is all on me.
The cops is all on me. So this is the only way that I can see to it that you guys suffer. So now you're going to lose. You lost most of your team last season. You're still in the process of losing some more.
Right. And you see that Stringer's there. Stringer always comes to, the court cases or whatever.
Sitting in the
And
back.
sitting in the back. And as soon as Bird lost his cool, Stringer was like, yeah, this is done. I'm out of here. It don't make no sense for me to even try to stay here. I'm out of here. So let me see what Kenna says. This is the quote. How does someone rob drug dealers for 8 or 9 years and live to tell the tale? Date and time, I suppose. He said day at a time. Well, that's what it said on this day at a time. That's what it is. Like one day at a time, basically. One day at a time is how I live. It just hasn't caught up with me yet. To me, I love the fact that he's so real about it. Like, he's not even feeling like I'm invincible. He's just saying like, it just ain't happen. So, Inga says I was glad that he got at Levy. Yeah, Levy was just like, what in the heck is going on? And he looked at the judge, and the judge was like, what you want me to, what you want me to do? Mm-mm. So here goes. As of course, this is how the funny thing about this whole thing is that this is how the series started, right? We had McNulty in the courtroom, and he should not have been there, and he started this whole freaking thing. And it was Gant was alive at the time, and he was the witness, and he was in the courtroom. So was Stringer back there writing and doing all this. So it's kind of like, it's just like
Deja
a
vu.
full circle. Yeah, deja vu, a full circle of things. And now he's in there in the back like, String is thinking, oh, it can't be that simple, because what's going to happen is, word on the street is, he was somewhere else while this whole murder was going on. But listen, here nor there, we already know how it worked out. But like Inga said, she liked how he just kind of like told he told Levy that me and you are basically one and the same. Like, you calling me amoral, because that's what he said. He said, you don't have any morals. You're robbing people that, that take from us and our tax dollars and this and that and the third. Basically he's calling him scum, basically, right? And so he's like, well, me and you are the same. I just got the shotgun and you got the briefcase. And Levy was freaking stumped, so daggone stumped, that the lady, the prosecutor, she didn't have to do nothing else. She put this man on the stand, and he pretty much won the case for her. And she was acting on stink when everything was done. I'm talking about beforehand. She was acting on stink in the last episode. When everything was said and done, she want to talk about something. Here goes the get out of jail free card for everything up to like aggravated assault. So in this scene right here, we see that he's trying to make an appeal, Levy. And because he knows there's a freaking reason why Omar was there testifying. Like, there got to be something going on. And he's absolutely right. Levy is not stupid. He is a lawyer for people that are, in the streets. So he has to be somewhat streetwise, right? He knows that this is not this ain't no daggone just this dude getting up here doing this. So he wants to make an appeal. The judge is looking at him like, what are you talking? We're not doing that. He's the murderer and he's going to jail for life, no parole. Like, what are you talking about? And let me finally go home to feel like I did my job and justice was served. So now we get to this scene where we have, the lawmen. They're all together and they're trying to find out what kind of leads that they have on Sabaka. But the whole thing is, they're seeing that he is clean. His, the money so far looks clean. He lives a clean, moderate life. He's not flashing anything or anything like that. Also, what did they say? Something about
his credit is good.
The union. Union. Yeah, the union is clean. Plus, the union was freaking struggling at that point as well. So it's nothing to indicate any kind of crazy activity or criminal activity. And so they're like, so where the heck is the money coming from?
Yeah, how they're paying off the politicians. That's raising a question mark. Where's this money coming from to pay the politicians that he paid off?
Right. That's what we're saying. Where's the money coming from? So now they have to listen, I felt sorry for them. It was really boring watching them this episode because they were making some strides, but the stuff they had to do was very strenuous. I was like, ugh. It honestly reminded me of research for school. I'm not gonna lie. They had one point where they were talking about that how they got to go through like 100 ships or something like that. It was crazy. I was like, dang, I got a lot of work ahead of y'all. And good thing with Daniels is that all he really needs to do is delegate, you know what I'm saying, tell everybody what they're gonna do, and they just got to come back to him. He don't have to do all that. He's past all of that. So good for him. So it also they were saying that they're either bringing the drugs or criminal activity. They're either bringing it in, from the imports, or they're letting it happen. That's what they said. So the whole time while they're at the table, hi Marlon, while they're at the table, and Herc is looking at BB, whatever her freaking name is, Beatrice.
Mm-hmm.
He looking at her, and I'm like, what is happening over here? So, but when she was kind of looking at him too, but when he asked her to go for some coffee or something like that, he was on some, she was like, no, I got coffee right here. Don't need it. Thank you. So I guess she was not interested. I don't know who the heck interests this lady. She just want to work. But that's how I look at it. So she doesn't care about anybody. Did you want to say anything about this scene?
Yes, I did. I was just wondering, would you like to have a cup of coffee?
I'm Thomas. I'm Thomas.
Then he said,
I was like, your name is Thomas?
Ask her. Then he said he would ask her. I was gonna ask her if I could use her panties to make
for soup. Yeah. Ew. That is so.
But I thought that was inappropriate, out of line, or too much, something like that. Yeah. He said it's a nut.
Yeah, that was disgusting. All right. So now we get, of course, Nick. He's meeting up with Vondas and this new guy named Eitan. He's the Israeli, and they want to know what's up with the chemicals. And Nick is saying, I can get it to you, but I have a problem now. My cousin, he got jammed up. I just want to know at this point, do you have the muscle for all of this, right? Because Vondas was like, look, we could kill him if you want, It's like, no, I just want to know if you got the muscle. So who does he bring out for the muscle? Our guy, Sergi. We see Nick in the car just watching, he stumped down. He doing the thing Bubble used to, Bubble always used to do, Bubbles used to always do in the back of the police car, like, hiding and everything. And so he's kind of hiding in the back in the shadows and all that. And here he goes, and he sees Sergi pulling out the gun. I'm like, yo, Serge is he's pretty brave, because at first I didn't see his men in the back either, but I was like, "Ooh, men, right?" But when he walked out there, I was like, "Ooh, he brave," and then stayed in the car, didn't pull off, because I was thinking somebody was gonna get shot out of nowhere while they were still sitting in the car. Stayed in the car. So long story short, he's just telling him, listen, he still wants the 5,400 because Cheese done doubled it on him. He still wants the money, but he's saying, listen, we don't know this guy, but we know his boss. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go talk to the boss. You want to say anything about this, just this scene right here?
Look, they pulled out the hammers and was ready to get it cracking, though.
Yeah, some serious ones.
It could have went to the guns, but it didn't.
Yup. So now we get this scene right here. We're just going to keep it right here. And I hope I remember what I'm going to say when we get there. So here's this guy from DC, and I don't know what's going on. Okay. I don't know what he's calling on this guy for. All I know is that he's saying this job has to be done and I cannot call any of my guys. So the dude says, oh, must be one heck of a mystery then, huh? And don't worry, I got a cousin on the inside. String is he just wants to make sure that whatever this job is, that it's going to be something that does not trace back to him.
Exactly.
Right? So did you want to add anything, or?
Yes, I'd like to add something. The guy actually came from DC, so he went, he stretched from the way the DC guy was saying that he reached out for her to have this handled.
Yes.
So that way it doesn't come back to him.
Mm-hmm. He going them super lengths.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got something for him when I
Look
later
at
on.
this one.
Yes. I was
Queen's
going
like,
to skip
well,
over, I was going to skip over this, but I was like, you know what? No, we haven't seen Chardine in a while. She done cut her hair. She in nursing school and she stay cooperating. Like,
she looks like a school mom now, like a real
yeah, she does.
middle class housewife.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can't say cooperating, right? Because she's not a criminal
She's
or
not
nothing.
part of her life like that.
She's
So,
not.
She was just stripping. So
yeah, but
yes,
she
a
stay help.
reformed stripper can't buy for men. What's up?
She. Yes, reformed scripples. Hey, go ahead, Chardine. So she's giving up some info because like I said, Daniel sent everybody out to do their own little things, and he's telling Kima, "You are gonna handle the ladies. Go look at some ladies." Chardine said, "I know a friend who's down at a club." She sends Kima down there with Presbeluski. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So now Kima is at home with her wife. I mean, her girl. And she's giving her all attitude. You could take this away.
She giving her all attitude because she knows she going to the strip club, and she like, I'm not going to look at Kitty.
Girls, yeah.
I'm not going to look at Kitty. I'm going to do my job. Yeah, half the strippers are there, are lesbians. No, I don't want you going, and I don't have much say once you had your mind made up with going back to work. And she just was throwing a hissy fit. Then, I don't know. Then she basically was like, well, if you going to look at Kitty, so am I.
I'm going with you. Sure.
I might find something I like. And that's just what she said.
Inga, hold on, Inga. We told you that Chardine was still going to be with Lester Free. You wasn't supposed to tell me, Inga. You going to get on your moochie stuff?
See, I ain't say nothing tonight.
She did. Look, she reminded me.
I'm myself on mute, so y'all can't even say.
She's reminding me that she did a spoiler. Like, we told you she was gonna still be with Lester. Like, you bragging on spoiling stuff. Okay, girl. So Canna says that Kima girl is so annoying.
Yes. Make sure you say it was a spoiler, but it wasn't a moochie, okay?
Okay, sorry. Yes, it was a spoiler, but it wasn't a moochie, guys. All right. But that's the thing, though. They said it was a moochie now. I didn't name it a moochie. Listen, one of y'all that's in the chat right now, comment down below who said that that the spoilers are now called moochies. I didn't come up with this.
Somebody in the chat that came up with it.
Yes, somebody in the chat, and daggone well it was. So don't be bothering me. Like she said, I spilled the tea in season 1. Exactly, I know. And she was like, "Oops, I'm sorry." Then she put I think she had the zippy mouth.
Oh, Art Love said it's me.
Oh, I knew it. I had a feeling.
I was like, that gave it that, called it that. So Art Love, shouts out to Art Love. He done gave our spoilers a new name.
The moochie. It's called the moochie. All right, but I wasn't mad when listen. I'm gonna say this about even though she's kind of annoying, I'm gonna say this about Kima's woman. That her name is Cheryl, right? So for her, I wasn't annoyed with her going with Kima because you got to understand too is that she's already stressed out that she went back out in the field. Plus she like, okay, first of all, I got to worry about you doing this detective work. On top of that, now I got to worry about you out here with some other chicks and dykes and this and that. Like, no, I'm going to eliminate one of my worries tonight. And that's what she did. So I ain't mad. So now this whole thing right here, some of the things that was going on, I was just like, I'm not even taking the notes. It's too much. I'm just going to have to sum it up in layman's because it was just a lot. So they're looking at like the way, the scheduling of the shipments, like how they were monitored and stuff like that. And they find out that the ship that had all the ladies, the dead Jane Does in there, it wasn't even counted for. And I think they were saying something about that. Bunk brought it up that Frank told him that this happens very often, but they count for it kind of like afterwards, like if they, find it or something like that. But they said the ship they never counted for that ship with all the ladies. So I don't know if you wanted to add something with that, but
Look, well, with this, they know how the cans are disappearing because they basically get I want to say, you might well say it's like they bugged their computer. So they see, it's a mirrored screen where they see everything that's going on.
Right. Tamika, I'm not. She said, I
In
thought the
real
spoiler
time.
was art love. So now we have Chardine's friend, and listen, I kind of like the way she was. You see how she was kind of getting dressed and like giving all the tea at the same time. I was like,
Exactly. Cloned it, Eric. You're right.
I
I'm
was like,
sorry.
look at her. So she was basically saying that there's some foreign stuff going on in this club, and that there was like a lady that was collecting some money or something like that, right? For and she was like a madam or whatever. But the whole thing about this is that she was saying that one night it'd be all Baltimore girls, and then another night it'd be all foreign chicks. So they have some type of operation going on in that club. And they got such close tabs on these ladies, they hardly could go to the bathroom. She said one girl got zapped the freak up for going down the street to the store. And yeah, and if she got close to one of the Johns, or any of the girls got close to one of the Johns, they relocated the girls to another club. Like it sounded like they pretty much got the operation on lock, to where nobody is coming to the rescue for these girls. Okay. So I feel like that was a little bit of a lead, but it wasn't enough, right? Because there's no names, there's no faces, there's no nothing, but they know that they could probably go to the club and whatever. Marlon Easton like what he see, huh? So sexy. Hey, Support Gaming. Yeah, we got her breasts is all out. I probably shouldn't have put it, but I didn't mean it.
Well,
But
she also did say.
What can I do?
She also did say, the girl that Charlene's friend, if I would come to the club with my girl too. So now she feels like she did the right thing, I guess.
Yeah. And she knew it too. She like, that's your girl. Like, she just knew it. She been around the world. She know. So now this is when Sergi takes Nick to go see Prop Joe. And he already told him, like, before they went inside, don't speak unless I tell you to speak. This ninja had to say something once Prop Joe was like, oh, so you the one with the raggedy car. What did he call it? The raggedy what? The raggedy convertible or something, he said. And he was like you can tell, like, first of all, I don't really like, the more I see with Nick is I really see that he's racist, like I feel like he's even looking at Prop Joe like, excuse me, like, who do you think you're talking to? Like, he really looked like somebody that, like, he holds to this idea, because I'm not going to say fact. He holds to this idea that, oh, I'm white, so I'm superior. So who the heck does this guy think he's talking to? It wasn't Raggedy. And Sergi looked at him like, what did I tell you? Like, don't say nothing.
He's as bad as his cousin.
Yeah, in this situation. And I was just like, wow, shut your mouth. You don't know these people. You guys are small fries. You're just now stepping into this type of situation. Shut your mouth. And I love how Prop Joe let him know, like, listen, if it wasn't for this dude right here, you and your cousin would be cadavers. So, like, I just needed to let you know that before you get up out of here. Okay. So he winds up giving him the money, but Cheese is gonna have to pay him back. You want to add some stuff to it, because I know I skipped over a few things.
Well, they not gonna kill Ziggy. They not gonna kill him. They're gonna give him some of his money back for the car, not all. And they oh no, I don't want to go too. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, so that's that. So now we get to this scene. I think it's just this scene right here. And I wasn't gonna capture it, but since this is our final hurrah with D'Angelo, I said, I'm gonna put it in here. And I
I'm
was just,
glad you did. It's
yeah,
the important part.
right. And because, he's like flushing certain stuff. I what was like the residue of the stuff that he used to be smoking and everything. What is that?
That was some of the dope he flushed.
Right. So he flushed it down the toilet. So as I was going back and review after everything happened and I reviewed the episode, I said, wow, he was making choices.
To live,
Yes.
but he
And
wanted to do it his own way. That's how
yes.
I believe.
Yes. And so I was like, this is so sad how it all played out, but we will get there. But I did want to capture this because I said this right here shows that he was trying to be on the straight and narrow after this. All right. So just sad. So even he's even in a like a little book club situation and they're talking about the book The Great Gatsby, and this is where he has this quote that you see going across the screen. This is the episode quote, and he's saying that it doesn't really matter. Look, I don't really agree with everything he said, even though I understood what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of mindset is not that great, but that's what he was thinking about, right? And he was just saying that just because somebody say that they're this way and that way, their past and what they've been through really determines who they are. And they can't change that. Now, what do you have to say about that whole thing?
This whole thing, I felt like he was he was commingling his life and what he's going through with what's going on in the book.
Yeah, I think so.
And when he said that comment, it don't matter that some fools say he different, and he always thought he was different. Just like, I don't know if you got the visit with his mom.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I don't want to go too far ahead if I am.
Right.
All right, so
So
right here.
he now with this when him talking about it doesn't matter like your past, and it was the same thing. He felt like with The Great Gatsby, he got or caught up to him because he never wanted to own up to the truth to who he really was. Like he had this huge library, but he never opened none of the books. Now that he makes sense when he talks about The Great Gatsby, but when you talk about people in life, they have a past and they change. You can't, say who they are based on their past. Even looking at Chardine. So what you gonna call her, a stripper all her life after she's a RN? No, she's a RN now.
Exactly.
The thing that is going to probably even make her a better person and even probably a more compassionate person or somebody that could reach out to other people that might be in need or encourage somebody is the fact that she went through. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of has this a little jacked up in a way. Eric Iverson, I mean, I'm sorry, not Eric Iverson. Eric S. I don't understand you right now. I really don't. I love you, but I don't understand you. So, let's move on. He said what he said. I mean, he's saying all the stuff that he's saying. And now we're gonna get to what you was talking about with the what you say about the visit with his mom. I think that's in my other slide. Okay. And so with this final slide I'm gonna take this off the screen and move on. But this is McNulty giving up on the Jane Doe chick, right? He had a picture of her. He really did try. He tried to get this girl identified. It was all for nothing. He wind up just like, okay, she has to be a Jane Doe. So now it's still 14 Jane Does. Did you want to say anything about this part?
He seemed kind of disappointed with it, but I mean, he had no leads. There's nothing he could do. She's from another country. She snuck over here, and there's no address. The letter that she had led to nothing, and that's about it.
Yeah. And it was like he wasted all this time. To me, I feel like this just signifies a lot of times that he wastes a lot of time in just putting too much of his life into work instead of like trying to fix his family, this and that. It just shows why he lost his family. All of this stuff was just kind of for nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just how I look at it. I don't know if that's really the whole thing, but that's how I found it. Yeah, McNulty felt bad for her, and he was also saying that he kind of felt like it was a way of him holding on to being murder police, because he was really just
I
basically
believe
a
that's what it
fisherman.
was.
Yeah, he's basically a fisherman and all that. So let's see. Yeah, the comments you guys are talking about, can I? He says that D played it hard because that's what Avon expected of him. There's a lot. Like, you guys have to look deeper into the whole story of D'Angelo. It does kind of annoy me a little bit, and I say this with love because you guys can say what you want to say. It's okay. That people say they don't like D'Angelo because, oh, he was soft, or he was this, or he was that. We all knew he was not built for that life. You know what I'm saying? So people are mad at him because he's not the average drug dealer, or the Bodie, or you know what I'm saying? The person that's made for that life, and he just wanted different. I don't understand that. But you want to say something about this, Moochie?
Yeah, he explained it that day when he was in the interview room when he got arrested that last time when he was talking about flipping.
Mm-hmm.
He let everybody know what it was.
Yeah.
I was brought into this life because of my family. I never
Right.
wanted this.
Yes.
Do you know who my uncle is?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who my grandfather is?
Right.
So this is all he knew, but you can't play both sides of the fence. You can't tell me he was in regular public school. I
Right.
don't think he was in regular public school. I think he was in like a. If he was in public school, it was in a different area because they didn't live where they sell,
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't raised around that, so he couldn't adapt to it like how smooth Avon walked through the courtyards.
Mm-hmm.
He walked through the courtyards like he owned it, and this is his domain.
Yeah.
D'Angelo's not like that. He's not his uncle, and he let everybody know that this is not the life I wanted. But this is the hand that was dealt to me.
Yeah. You know why I think they probably messed up with him is that he shouldn't have been in the streets.
I
He
agree.
was smart. And so they should have used him. They should have sent him to law school or something with numbers, something, right?
Exactly.
So that he could be on the business side of things. They shouldn't have had him in the street because he already had those smarts already. Even the way he broke down things on the chessboard and all of that, you can see by the way he speaks, he was smart. So, I don't know, but Eric S says that he was gonna flip because of all them years in his opinion. No, I don't think so.
No,
He
I
wasn't
don't think he was gonna
no.
flip. He already said, "Let me."
Yeah.
He told his. Well, we didn't get to it
Yeah, he
yet,
just
so I'm gonna
yeah,
wait.
okay. He just wanted to be, but yeah, we'll get there. So yeah, back to the whole thing with McNulty. He's he claims to retire, right? And he's having this dinner date with his wife, and he's like, he
I'm a
basically
changed
just
man speech.
wants to get back together. Yes. And then she's like, no, how about we just screw for the road? You know what I'm saying?
Red one for the road.
Right.
It's
And
over
so
now.
they go and they get it in, and this dude the next day is acting like, oh, life is great. My wife is about to come down the stairs, the kids are on their way home, and she's serious, like, no, yeah, the kids are. He's like, what are we gonna do today? Maybe I can go back to the house and get a few things. I was like, McNulty, this is going way too far. Okay, way too freaking
He really thought he worked his way back in there
yes,
after that.
like, no, I
Like
don't know. Like, he
I
got
done
the
gave,
magic stick.
I done gave you the hot beef injection, really
Right.
good. I done gave it to you, where we both orgasm at the same time. I don't put in my work. So come on, baby. Let's go pick up the kids and what we gonna do today.
You're right. I'm gonna go get a few things. She was like, yeah, the kids, I'm gonna go pick them up and they gotta come back here because there's a piano lesson going on. And I don't want them to know you were here. I don't want them to get their hopes up. And he was like, oh, womp, womp, womp. So, oh well. What are you gonna do? Very true. Not supposed to discuss naming. I'm not even gonna bother to, but I'm just looking at the comments a little bit. So look, the money that Prop Joe gives to Nick. Nick comes and he lets his stupid cousin know that everything is fine, is squared away. Here's the money for Princess. And this freaking idiot, his father is down, a few rows down, a few seats down, and he's gonna say, "Oh, the next round's on me," or something like that. I'm just like, what is wrong with this kid? And Nick says the same thing, like, what is wrong with you, right? And then his father sees him burning $100 bill, and I'm just like, you know what? I can't stand him. I'm not
I mean,
gonna
how
lie.
you do this in a bar and you know it's people starving for work? Sometimes they don't even get a ship, and you
Right.
do this. He's a jerk to me. He's a real jerk, and
Right.
his father even pulls his coattail. Like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. And speaking of that, there this talk, I was just like, what is this for? Because to me it didn't really look like anything came out of it. All I got was that, Zig gets knocked around by his dad every now and then, and he's not for the school life. They talk about community college. He's not for the school life like his brother is, because he kept hearing them talk about gangsters when he was growing up. Like, that's all I got. So I'm like,
He
oh, because you
he
heard your
he
father
he
talking
like
about
just the work
gangsters.
stories that he was hearing, how they was stealing stuff off the ship because they probably was bragging about stuff like that.
Yeah, but he was talking about gangs, right? So I'm just like, okay, so just because they're talking about gang stuff, you think that that's supposed to be what you're gonna like? It was just stupid. And he was just telling him, Ziggy was telling him all the things that he remembers, and it was like he was just picking up all this bad stuff. And his father wasn't teaching him any of that, but he was in earshot of everything, unfortunately. So I guess this is the reason why you gotta always make sure your kids are not around. But it's not even like he was saying that he was living that kind of life. So it's just weird to me. Anyway, you got anything else to say about this? Because it was just
This is the. It's like Ziggy is a lost cause because to me he could have did college the way he was looking up everything on the internet because
mm-hmm.
even Nick didn't know about that.
Yeah. I feel like he's special,
Like
honestly.
slow.
Yeah. Like, because I mean, what is your problem? Like, he has to have when I say slow, I'm talking about like behavior wise,
Mm-hmm.
because hey, vacate JTV. Thanks for stopping
Damn.
through. So he always showing his private and doing stuff like that. I'm just like,
He's
something's
immature.
wrong with you. Yeah, something's wrong with you. Nowadays, because I work with this type of community, a lot of times I see a lot of these behavioral situations. So that's why I said that. I mean, I'm ready to diagnose him. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, now this scene right here was just like, go to the freaking bathroom. This is when Bunk keeps on going. I was like, you know
No, he
what?
couldn't even
You're
hold
not
it
gonna keep.
together.
Yeah, you're not gonna keep doing that now. What's his name? Daniels got up and he gave him the trash can because they thought it was about to happen right then. But this
Mhm.
dude gags like two more times, and I'm like, after the second gag, I'd have been like, can you please try to get up, take the can with you, but take it, walk the can to the bathroom just in case you can't make it. Like, you're not gonna keep on, in front of me like that. No, you should. You saw everybody was looking around like, what's his name? That's next to him, Freeman. He kind of
Freeman,
like
he was
backed
like, "You
up a
all
little
right,
bit.
man?"
Yeah, he kind of like backed up a little bit. I was like, yeah, but back it up, okay? Because this is very disgusting. But Freeman knew when Bunk left the night before and they had figured something out. She was like, should we tell Bunk? And he was like, no, he is in this boat. It's like, no, we already know how he gets down, okay?
He like, we would go though. He couldn't even get the sentence out.
Yeah, it was just gross. So this scene right here, and then look, while they're trying to talk and get their stuff together, he just keeps on interrupting with the gag and stuff. And look at Daniel's face, like, oh my gosh, would you please? So the whole thing is, hey, Karan.
To me, that meant the alcohol was leaking out of his pores. Do
Ugh.
you understand? You know how when somebody sit in a room and you be like, "Dang, I know you was drinking last night."
And it reeks off their body. You could smell it.
You smell. You got it coming out of your skin.
Oh, it stinks
Out of
so
your
bad.
skin. That's how the old folks. You got the alcohol coming out of your
Coming
skin,
out,
onto your
yes.
skin.
Ugh. Mm. Terrible.
But some of the
Terrible.
most funny moments is when he's drunk.
Mm-hmm. Yo, you see how when he was he freaking cocked the gun and I'm like, what is he doing?
In the
And
first,
McNulty was like, whoa. he was being a little bad this episode, but he didn't do nothing. So the whole point of this scene, besides Bunk doing the most, they're just basically trying to let him know that there's something more going on to this whole situation, that it is somebody else and not, well, did he say it's somebody? They said it's somebody else besides Sabaka, right?
yeah.
If I'm remembering. And then they believe that it's tied to the girls, right? But they kind of want to tie everything in together. But Daniels is like, no, we're not taking on the 14 murders or nothing like that, because I got a goal here. And if we're stuck with them and we don't, and we don't solve the case, I'm not going to get this, team that I'm trying to build. This team, this case, whatever he said, he's trying to build something out of
He's
this.
trying
He
to
made a
walk away
deal.
with a what is it, Major?
But he said, I know the title, but I'm talking about, he said that he's trying to, I forgot what he said.
Separate the murders. He don't want the murders.
No, he's saying
he wants to
work. He wants to have a team. He's trying to build a unit, basically, from the people that he has. So without bringing in the murders, he can't do that if he brings in the murders. So he was playing it smart. Like, no, we working on this whole situation. That's it. We not bringing in the murders. Bunk wouldn't mind because he's kind of doing this all alone, right? So he wanted major crime, right?
That's
okay,
what Ross
there it
wanted
is.
him to do.
Right, that's why I said it was like a unit. He said he wanted the major crimes unit to thrive, right?
Yeah,
so
that's what I was trying.
That's basically the whole thing right there. Let me see. So now we have him coming. We have Nick meeting up with Varg. What's his name? Vondos again. And Vondos is saying, how about, look, I could pay you everything right now, or I could pay you in heroin, and you can make way more money, right? Twice as much. Oh boy. And so we have this dude right here, and I'm like, why is he there? He's a screw up. Why is he there? I just don't understand. Hey, Damien and Brillo, what up though? So I'm just trying to figure out why the heck he's there. Your cousin's a screw up. Why is he here? Right? So then he's like, we can make this, we can do this, we can do that, we can give it to Mike. Like, he's talking all the plans right in front of the guys and everything. It's just like, that is not how you do business or anything. So even if he didn't want to like make this deal, Nick, he's already showing like the division a little bit, right? If in their minds, he's showing the outside people. It's almost like that scene that happened in The Godfather when that guy, was it Soloso? I forgot who was Soloso, whoever it was that put the hit out on Don Corleone. He came to him and said that he wanted to sell the drugs and stuff like that. He said no, but Sonny was all with it right there. And after that, he told him, he said, don't you ever like speak out of turn or nothing like that when we're in a meeting and all of that. So that kind of reminded me.
He also said, don't you ever let somebody outside of the family know what you're thinking.
Right. Basically.
He's an idiot, though, Ziki.
That's the whole thing right here. I was feeling that Godfather moment, even though Nick is nowhere near Don, like absolutely nowhere near. He's not even in the game like that. He just made it in the game by doing this whole thing. So he comes up with the whole half in cash, half in dope. So when they go outside, what's his name again? Ziggy. He thinks that they're going to he's going to take it up to White Mike and all this stuff. And Nick is like, no, I got this. You gonna fall back. You go home, watch some video. What's it? Go watch cartoons.
That's just what he said. I got this. I don't even want your hands in the mix with this.
Right. Get up out of here. You are a super screw up. So let me take this back off. So we're gonna talk about now. You can go ahead and talk about this scene.
Okay, that whole day that he woke up, he showed that he wanted to live his life to me. Because
Mm-hmm.
he got rid of the dope. He looked at his son's picture for a long time. And to me, that showed me that that's who he's living for during
Yes.
his time to get out to see his son.
Mm-hmm.
To me, even at this point, he was gonna cut ties with his mother right here.
Yeah.
Where he was like, he went back to an old story what happened to him when he was younger, and he knew he was gonna get beat up, but he was like, you gotta let me be and let me do things, let me live my life my way. And I understood that. I understood that you could see the tears and the worry in his mother's eyes
Mm-hmm.
because you always gonna worry about your child.
Right. She's like, I want you home. Avon could get you less years. And he's just like, at this point, no, I just don't want any of it. Cause I think at this time he realizes, look, I can do the time, and as long as I keep my distance from the family, I don't have to worry about when I go back outside. I don't have to worry about being a part of this game no more. This is my way. Separating, this is my way of getting out. You know what I'm saying? He got himself in his little group. He's clean, and it just looked like he was just gonna do his time. Like, I'm doing what y'all asked me to do. Now
Mm-hmm.
just leave me be. That's it.
Yep.
It really was, Inga, very sad. And I honestly, I feel like after watching the whole thing with P Valley, I felt like this was a little too soon for me. I'm not gonna lie. It just gave me freaking anxiety. I was like, I already knew, like I said, I knew what was gonna happen, and about him and his death. But seeing this and then watching him planning and looking like he's trying to live and make a different choice and finally take his own life back, I wasn't ready. And here we got this guy. We see this guy. He's been following after this moment right here. He follows him everywhere after this moment. So he's on the phone. Then when he gets out, he's following him back into into the area away from the visiting area.
Mm-hmm.
So this right here, I captured this because his hand is not there anymore, but I captured it because that's it. That was the last time. Last time she saw her son, her fingers on the glass, his is gone now. And for them to even zoom in on that just meant a lot to me. So that's why I captured it.
Uh-uh.
Even this moment right here, this is him looking at Tamika.
She said, y'all know Miss K is an emotional thug.
I I don't know if yeah, sometimes I'm emotional. I try not to be, but
I agree.
what, that this was whose fault?
I agree. It's because of his mom. He's doing a 20 because he was
Her
getting
fault.
ready to,
Mm-hmm. He's doing a 20 because of his mom. Why is it not showing? Oh, I can't get y'all stuff. Okay, there it is. Um, he said, "Leave me be." Yup. So you see, he's even ignoring his uncle as he's calling him, and his uncle just looking at him like, "What's going on with you?" You know what I mean? I thought
that
this was a
last look,
sad.
though, that
Yes,
last look he gave him.
yeah. This was all sad to me. I mean,
Mm.
I hate that their relationship went like that, and
That it ended like that, right?
yeah, I really hate that. Oh, thank you, Tamika. Love you too, girl.
Ew.
I can't, like, some now my thing is starting to act up. I can't highlight the comments. That's a shame. It's trying to act up. Sorry, guys.
Well, let's highlight the
Yeah.
last one. We love you,
Thank
sis.
you. Now I'm trying to get it off. It's acting up. So now this is him, and he's working in the library, and we see this guy look still following them.
Mm-hmm.
Now listen, once you see this man, he comes in and he closed the door.
He should have knew something was up there. His spidey senses should have been tingling.
Exactly. Why, as much as you've been in the street, yes, we understand this is not the life that you know what I'm saying, but you should still have some street smarts. The dude closed the door. That's a bad thing. Okay.
Uh, I got an answer for that, Eric Iverson.
Eric
If he
Eric
cared about
S.
his son, I mean Eric S. If he cared about his son so much, why didn't he want him brought to visit? Because maybe he doesn't want his son to get used to seeing that in the environment, and people think that's a rite of passage. His whole
Mm-hmm.
family's in jail. Like his all the men
His
are in
uncle,
jail.
yeah, it is a
His
bad look.
uncle's there. His dad. People think that's like after a while when you see people go to jail like that, some dudes treat it like a summer camp. Yo,
Yeah.
guess who in here? Yo, he remember
Yup.
so and so from up or over 155th? He in here too. It'll be like that. I'm just saying.
Right.
It'll be like a whole high school or block reunion. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
it's almost like fresh out that from Mr. Commodore. Be like, fresh out, ain't nothing to go back. And he'd be like, never home, just visiting or something like that. Like he just visiting home because he lives in jail. It's exactly how it is. So look, like we get to this scene, of course, and there it is. He's choking them up, and I was saying that this is really sad, and it was kind of too soon for me because they tried to make it look like it was a suicide, and we just finished watching this freaking episode on P Valley where somebody committed S. I didn't mean to say that. He committed S, and the sad thing when you compare these two stories is that here is a man who actually wanted to live, and they made him look like he ended it in suicide. So that was really sad. But did you want to say anything else?
No, that's all. I just wanted to bring that to Eric S. attention because sometimes you don't want somebody to think that that's how life is. Like you get to you do this and then we all gonna be in jail together.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it's supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
So
No.
I believe that's I want to believe that that's why he didn't want his son to come up there.
Yeah. Yep. And who knows how his son would be turning out because that girl of his.
I know she just a bird.
Yep. That whole thing about what they were talking about with the Great Gatsby and how he did all this for Daisy and Daisy wasn't worth it and he was just some freaking she was like no different from any other regular chick. Like you said, you kind of feel like he could relate that to his own life, doing all this stuff for some girl that is not even worth it. She just like a regular bird, like you said. But I think he realized that, he been realized that. Yeah, that's why he was
for the babies.
Yep, that's why he was like
days and
that's why he was in the fridge like I have to go. Like it's time to get out of here. Let me go look for Shardine.
Let me go look for Shardine. And tell her, baby, please, baby, please.
And that's the thing. The sad thing about it is, if he would have made it with Shardine, he would have been better off.
Oh yeah, they probably could have got out together if that whole incident that happened with the rug and her homegirl.
Yeah, because well, that's that. But we're about to get out of here, guys. What you got going on before we skedaddle leave?
Tomorrow, I was supposed to go today, but we are going tomorrow at 9 p.m. and we are talking about The Chi. I'm gonna have a little trivia or unscrambled thing going on. Cute. And we are going to discuss the episode that just aired on Friday.
Ow.
And we got hidden gems on Thursday. I think Nita's hosting it, right?
It's me because I already put my
okay, so it's your turn. Okay, yeah, all right.
I already put my poll out, and so
we'll be
far
back here Thursday.
So far, The Wood and Baby Boy is in the lead. Is it The Wood and Baby Boy? Let me look, guys.
I was gonna vote earlier, but I got
Let me look because I think it was Baby Boy and The Wood, but I think The Wood actually was winning. I forgot. Go look
right now, girl.
It's the top. It don't matter because it's the top two, but the winner is the one that we're gonna spend the most time on. The Wood is in the lead. Yep. So it's Baby Boy, The Wood, Harlem Nights, and Life. So far, it's just 48 votes. So, y'all get y'all votes in. Of course, it doesn't look like it's going to make a difference unless a whole bunch of people come and do something different and vote, bring up Harlem Nights or something like that. But Baby Boy in the Wood
And how
is,
do they vote, Miss Kay? Where do they go to vote?
you got to go to my communities tab.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's for Hidden Gems this Thursday. Of course, we're gonna have a hot topic to start us off with, and then the uh we're gonna talk about the runner up first. So far, the runner up is Baby Boy. So we'll talk about Baby Boy first, and then we'll end the show with the Wood, the Wood, the Wood. Sleep tight.
All right.
Yes, I hate you, Jody. I love you. So Candace says, do all of them. Can't. We gotta do what the people want. But we can work it out some way somehow where some
Next
of the
time
stuff
it's our turn. Yeah.
that never got voted or didn't win, we could just like one of these days just talk about it or something like that. I do have that list written down for like one of these days when we talk about it. Oh, Moochie, after this, or maybe I don't know if we could do it after this. We have to talk about the list, the top 10 fathers, the worst fathers. We owe them that. Remember, it doesn't have to
Yes.
be Father's Day, but we still got to do the
I think
Father's
we should
Day.
just do it and then,
Yeah, we just gonna do it one
we gotta
day.
have our little round table session like we did before.
Yes.
And then we're gonna do the list.
Yeah, because we just gonna do it. It's gonna be a random thing. So keep the notification bell turned on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Inga and Eric S. And we got Faith Family and Fun Reviews. Hey.
Hey.
Say hi,
Thanks for
ladies. I'm so
joining
excited
us.
to catch y'all live. Thank
Ew.
you. Tamika White, thank you. Love you, girl. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And did I say Eric S? Yes. Canna, thank you so much for showing up. Marlon. Um, who else is here? There, everybody. Art Love, I haven't seen you, but thank you so much. Savannah,
Yeah,
Karan,
he's here.
all
He's
of
here.
y'all. Thank you so, so much. We will see you next time. Come join us on Thursday. No, tomorrow on Moochie's channel. And then come join us on Thursday again, my channel. And then Friday, Fanita's channel. Bye bye.
Later.
Bye.